Next door at West Bloomfield Township's Civic Center complex, the West Bloomfield Library not only has great books, but some of the tastiest food in our entire community as part of their What's Cooking series. That's put on by the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library with events all throughout the year. Here to tell us more is the president of the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, Johnnie Roquemore, with us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for being with us, Johnnie.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you on to talk about what's cooking, because people may go to the library in the evenings throughout the year and every now and then smell something really good and wonder if maybe someone left the break room open when they were warming up their dinner over there. But in fact, it's something that's open to the public, and it's an ongoing series.
Yes, it is. It's something that's been happening since the early 2000s, approximately 2008, where we feature local restaurants and restaurateurs. And we also provide tasty samples for our Friends members and the community.
So how does this fit the vision of the Friends of the Library? We know that you're really focused on engaging activities and a variety of activities throughout the year, but you don't typically think about cooking as being an activity that you do at the library. So why this?
We chose this event particularly because we find that food is something that binds people, that creates bonds. And food is something that people can share and talk about and do together. So the people that originally set up the What's Cooking program, I think it was Julia Spina. She started hosting different restaurants that were new to the community and restaurants that had been around that perhaps people weren't aware of. And it really did super well. So that's where we are now.
And so how does this sort of ongoing series enhance the sense of connection between residents of the community and, like you said, some of these restaurants that are right here in Greater West Bloomfield are very nearby, getting a chance to all kind of connect together and get to know the people behind them?
Yes, because when you're driving, for instance, down Orchard Lake, you're in the Strip, you don't always notice all of the wonderful restaurants that are to your right or to your left, because you're paying attention. You're trying to drive carefully. So what we do and what our committee does, especially Michaela and Elaine, they go to different areas looking for these restaurants that people oftentimes don't notice. They go in, they look at the setup, they may speak to the owners, and then they report back to me, or they share the information with me and other committee members. And then I go and speak to the owners to see if they'd be interested in participating.
And so as they come on in and they join the What's Cooking events all throughout the year, what sort of activities do they end up engaging in? Because it's one thing to bring samples and help people get to know what they'd be ultimately ordering when they go to your restaurant. But now, how do you advance beyond that?
It really creates a sense of community, because we have so many different types of restaurant in the West Bloomfield community and surrounding area, that it brings all types of friends together. When our presenter, for instance, we start our program by introducing the presenter, and then they present a sample and they demonstrate how to prepare this. And often what they'll do is they'll select their favorite thing on their menu, and they prepare that step by step. And oftentimes we find that new chefs or old chefs, or sometimes they're afraid. Some people are afraid to try something new. So that this eliminates that whole process of fear. Some people say, well, I can't even follow a recipe. But we find that when someone's demonstrating it hands-on, it's a lot easier to do. And people walk away having a very positive experience and having tasty food and meeting new friends.
And that's ultimately what this is all about, and what all the programs through the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library are all about. Johnnie Roquemore is the president of the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, joining us today on the Splash Live. And so ultimately it's all about getting the people of the community involved and engaged in these activities, getting to know their neighbors, getting to know some of the businesses. So obviously, if it's been going on this long, it's been successful. The people enjoy it. But from your interactions with the community, what about What's Cooking do you think brings people back and keeps them being engaged in this program throughout the many years?
It's the element of surprise. You know, it's like when you go to Costco, you look at things on the shelf and you say, I wonder how that tastes. We remove all of that. People drive by restaurants, sometimes they don't drop in. By giving them a taste, just of what that restaurant is offering, you know, it does several things. First of all, it keeps our community lively. It keeps all those business in different malls, strip malls. It keeps them thriving. It keeps the traffic moving, which is something we truly need. If you notice during the pandemic, when all the restaurants were forced to close down, we really had an opportunity to see just how vital restaurants are to a community. They provide foot traffic, they provide interest, and they provide very wonderful experiences because what's more fun than eating? And eating your favorite foods or eating new foods. So, yes, we need restaurants. They are vital to the growth of our community.
And Johnnie, we only have another really minute with you on the program today, but really want to conclude this by asking you how this really does align and capture the essence of what the Friends of the Library is all about as they put this programming together and collaborate to advocate also for the West Bloomfield Township Public Library's 2 branches.
Yes, the Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Township Library, what we do is we support the library in every way. We provide programming, we provide funds that support the library, the greater library's vision. So what our program also does, for instance, we're going to be featuring Al Chile Mexican cuisine or restaurant on March the 12th. Programs like that bring people from every walk of our community. It's not specific to a particular group because we all like different types of food. And our vision of the Friends is to engage our entire community. That's why we have such a variety. And we're going to be sponsoring, we're going to have a tea party at the end of May. So we're going to be doing a lot of different things that interest a lot of different people, which is our entire mission, engaging the entire community.
More information on the Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library can be found on wblib.org, including their events all throughout the year on the library's calendar. Johnnie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.